you?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm good. So I have a bit of a problem in my room this year.
Okay.
So I got the new BD kid.
I heard about him.
Yes. So I'm a little concerned about the way things are going and the way things are going to play out this year. Because he needs so much attention in the classroom, I'm concerned that he's never going to learn anything. The rest of the class is never going to learn anything, and it's just going to be a mess. I have those advanced kids and the rest of my class that value my time and the effort that I put into them learning, and I just feel like he's going to kind of get in the way, and that's going to cause a giant mess. So I don't know what to do. Just need a little guidance.
Well, I appreciate you coming to me about this, and I understand you being concerned about the time. These kids do require extra time, but don't take it like all the responsibility on your shoulders. We can make different ideas. And have you tried putting him in like a buddy seat and like off to the corner, moving his desk away from everyone?
Not really. He's in the middle of the classroom right now.
Well, that's not always bad because they want to feel like they're a part of the group too and not off. But also another idea you could try before other like situations we can do. You can do buddy work or having peer work and having just a buddy, so you don't have to be with him all the time. Try having
I wouldn't have to give him
all of your
my
attention. Yep. You can
great.
have like one of your top students, or not even an average student, sit there and help him make sure he's getting along and getting his work done. And I mean, I understand the frustration. It is hard to deal with that, deal with all of his problems, plus having all your gifted students. But there's different things we can discuss and work out.
That would be really nice, because it's really hard to have a class of 28 kids with a BD student in there, but it's frustrating. I didn't know if he could be moved to another room. I understand that's my job, but it's a lot.
It's a lot to take on, and to be honest, moving to another room might make it harder for him to adjust along with everything, because he's going to need to be put in regular classrooms. But I mean, maybe we could take him out during the day a couple times just to give him a break and you a break, get him away from all the chaos of a classroom. But it's whatever works. We need to just try one thing at a time and evaluate each one. If one doesn't work, we'll try another thing.
Well, you are the expert, so I just didn't know if we could come up with a few ideas
Well,
to
yeah,
help me out in the classroom. Try to come up with a solution to make it go a little easier, a little smooth.
Okay, well, first off, I can come in a couple times during the week if we'd like. You can come in for 10 minutes just to check in on him, and like co-teach with you, help you however you need. Or I can come in more often, like a couple times during the week, like more days, and actually sit with him and help him throughout the day. I won't be able to give all my time, but he is a very big concern of mine, and him being new with you, it's hard for you to take on. It's going to be hard for me, but this is my job and I can handle him. But pretty much you can just look at me as your helper. I'm going to be there to do what you need help with, and any questions I can do that. That's one choice we can look at.
Do you think maybe bringing the para in would help? I know all of the other classrooms have a couple paras that come in, and I haven't had one, so
I think a para would be a great idea to start off with. It never hurts to have someone, just an extra eyes or extra pair of hands to help anyone out. Yeah, we could definitely look into that, and I can talk to the administration about that, because if I can't be there, like as the specialist with it, as long as he has someone with him, maybe helping him out, that's a great idea. So those are two ideas we can look at.
I did notice that when we are doing whole group reading on the carpet, it seems to be a bit of an issue, and so I didn't know if we could maybe have a break halfway, if we should have a break, or I should have him up doing something, or how I can kind of change my teaching so that it works
fits with him. Yeah. Breaks are a great idea. It gives the kids time to just comprehend everything that's going on, especially him. Reading is a very difficult thing for him. He's behind, and like if you have a para, maybe he can sit with the whole group for a little while, and during the break, after the break, he can go with the para. They can discuss the book, make sure he's comprehending it to his level, and discuss that over, or I can come in and help him with that too. What exact problems does he have, like with reading? Like, is he slow, or can he have trouble hearing? Like what?
It's just kind of the focus, I think.
Focus?
Yes.
Okay.
So when you're sitting at the carpet, he's not fully engaged.
Fidgeting.
He's picking up the carpet, or he's doing things like that, or he's yelling out loud, blurting, and he doesn't raise his hand. I think it's just the fact that he doesn't have his own space, and we're all sitting there and we're trying to be engaged, and that just becomes tiresome for him if we're doing it for a long amount of time. And so I've been trying to do things like halfway through having him jump up and doing the brain break.
Yes.
I just don't feel like that's even enough. So maybe we had him, a pair take him for a walk, or
just get him out of it.
Would a responsible student maybe, would that be?
I was just gonna say that. Well, first off, going to his fidgeting and everything, sitting in the group. I mean, each classroom, everyone does group work on the ground. Sometimes in one of my classrooms, we have a box that we put around him. You can either do like a tape box, and you can do it like randomly, so like he doesn't feel like he's the only student. Like you can have like 4 of them, and the other students like, and change up who sits in the box, but he always gets the box. And you stay in your box while you're there. You don't touch anyone, or you can do carpets like that, because then if they want to touch something, it's just a little bit in their own area, so that keeps him not messing with the person next to him. And go into the walking or breaks like that. I think it is a neat opportunity if you could do it with a student. Just walk around the school, get him a little break, get him, I don't know, just a break, I guess. But then he can come back and get focused again. And
that whole group reading time is especially important because it is a big chunk of our day. And so I didn't know if you had any suggestions if I did send him on a break, if there's some way that he could still be learning the material, or if there's some way we can incorporate the learning into the break, rather than it just being downtime.
A break, yes. So, yeah, there's different approaches you can take with that. Well, with the break, if you want, have you ever done earphone things, just to get them, they can listen to it? Well, sometimes the kids with disabilities, they just want to be in their own world, and if he was going on a walk, he can listen to the story too, parts of it. You know what I mean? Just different ideas. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that one's good. So you've had some really helpful ideas. I think that, I just want to pick a couple and try, you said, one step at a time. Maybe find a couple that will work best in the classroom, and if they don't work, then try something different.
Definitely.
I just don't want to get super overwhelmed and not
don't. That's my job, to help you out, and help success for the student is our number one, and we both work together, and we'll be able to do it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think we should just start off, pick 1 or 2 of these that I think would work best for our student. And each thing's not going to work the same for each student. So if one doesn't work, we can't stress, because each student's different. Each student has their own problems. So if one doesn't work, we'll try the next one. I think to start out, we should start out with buddy work in the classroom. Try it, having a peer help him out, so you don't have to. But maybe 15 minutes of the day, just have, and you can talk to the student beforehand and be like, just keep an eye on him, help him out whenever needed. Don't make it babying him in terms, because they don't always.
So just when he feels like he's getting off track, maybe.
Off track, then that student can just be like, hey, let's, exactly. You okay with trying that?
I think that's a good idea.
Okay,
I think
so
I can
start with that.
Implement that a couple times a day. Would be easy. So.
And with your group work or on the floor, I think you should try a couple different ideas, just to try them out. You could try the box. If that doesn't work, but like I said, I wouldn't do just him box, have his own box, because it kind of points at him, so just you can make it kind of kind of not a game, but just so today these 3 students can do it, tomorrow I'll draw out of the,
just so it separates him from his disability.
But just to keep him in his own world. And I like how you said that you've been trying the jumping jacks, whatever. It's good to just keep their brain moving, so I think keep trying that. And I definitely want to come in and help you, and so I can observe and see what exactly is going on, and see how all our ideas that we came up with are working. And if they're not, we can sit down and do it together. And if we need to, we can bring his mom in. I don't know, do you have a good relationship with his mom?
I've only met her once or twice.
Okay.
Yeah, it is the beginning of the year, so it's kind of.
Yeah. Maybe that could be another step down the road if we need to, and us 3 can get together and talk. And if we want the student with us, we can do that too. Or sometimes it's more difficult because they don't understand that we're trying to help them, not make a problem out of it. I don't know. What would you like to?
I think those are good. I think I wanted to start with a couple.
Yeah.
And I don't want to.
Don't be overwhelmed, because talking about this all in one feels overwhelming. But this is just so we know that we have so many different ideas that we can do, and you'll be fine, and we'll get through this. So yep, we can just start with the buddy work and whatever. Try what you want, and I'll come in, let's say 3 times a week, and just stay with him for an hour. I don't have to see how long we need to, and I'll do different exercises with him. When I'm with him,
will you work one-on-one with him? Okay.
And I'll pull him. I don't know if I'll pull him out. We'll see how the situation comes along. But I'm gonna do some exercises that I have just to help him and me.
And I would like to see him. Maybe you work with him in class too.
That's what I would say. Yeah, I think it's very important for him to
biggest part.
Yes, for him to learn to be in the classroom and not be a distraction and not get distracted so easily. So we'll just work on different ideas to help him do that, him and me personally, when I'm with him. So, and when I'm not, you have different ideas that you can try.
Absolutely.
And go from there.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I think that I'll maybe try those, and hopefully they work, because I want to have a successful year, and I want.
And it's so hard at the beginning of the year to not, and you've never dealt with one like this, and so it's kind of exciting. It's hard, but it's exciting.
Yeah, and I think I'll learn a lot from it. I just want to have a couple of those tools in my back pocket that I can kind of access whenever I need to. So
yeah, well, thank you so much for coming to me, and I'm actually very excited to work with this student. And we'll get it done together, and together we'll get him successful.
Yes, awesome. Thank you.